Hello everyone,
I'm Emily.
and I'm Jerry, and welcome to our channel. So in this episode, this is a travel fail episode 2. I'll put really episode 1 up here, of the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.
That's it.
That's it. I've been waiting to tell this story for a long time. So
It's a good one.
it's a really good one. So stay tuned, and we're gonna let you know about our travel fail at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Okay, so before we really get started, I just want to let everyone, this is not anything bad towards.
No, it's actually super cool. I don't know if it was us not reading.
Oh, it's my fault.
Clearly.
All you who watch like our videos and all these travel videos, you're smart because you're doing your research before. This is a story about how I really did no research, and yeah, so let's get to it. So I love space. I grew up, I was in the 4th grade when we saw the Challenger explode in my 4th grade class.
I wasn't born yet, but
and when I've been going to Disney a long time and going down to Florida and always seeing the signs for the Kennedy Space Center. And
growing up, I actually wanted to be an astronaut until I discovered that you have to be good at math to get a job at NASA.
She is not good at
and
math.
That is not my thing, and so I had to give up that pipe dream. But like him, having gone to Disney so many times and always seeing the signs, my little nerd astronaut wanting to be Hart really wanted to go visit.
Yeah, and I did too. So I think this was about 2 years ago. We had made a quick trip down to Disney, and we decided on one of our days there, we were gonna go check out the Kennedy Space Center travel complex, and or visitor complex, excuse me. And but in my head, like for years, I've been hearing about how like that whole Cape Canaveral, the whole area has just been downtrodden. It's just been not good. They're laying people off, and so like in my head, I'm thinking, it's just like these old, like 1960s looking buildings. And yeah, so I just thought it was like this really rundown area. So before we went, I went online. I saw you could take a tour of the Kennedy Space Center, which that's what I wanted. It was like $25. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. And so I kind of fed into my belief of how downtrodden everything was. The tours are cheap. Like we're gonna pull up to this old beat up building, and there's gonna be like a Greyhound type bus there, and you hop on and take a little tour. So that's what I was thinking.
Oh, I thought I was going to see a space shuttle. Like I had no idea. I just was expecting like all the glitz and glam of like Apollo 13 and all these other like classic like space movies. I thought I was going to be in there like touching computers. And, like, I had big hopes.
So we had these different ideas, but none of it really came true. So it's like a 40-minute-ish drive from like Orlando to the Kennedy Space Center. So we're driving there, and we pull in, and it's a really nice setup, like real nice. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. And so, like I said, I had the tickets. I spent like $25 each on the tours, and so we walk up into the gate, and they're like, you need a ticket. I'm like, oh no, I've got a ticket.
Keep in mind, he had not had breakfast, and when he's hungry, he's hangry and needs Snickers. So it did not go smoothly moving forward.
Yeah. So come to find out, you need to buy like a real ticket to get into this. It's almost like a small amusement park, which I had no clue about. And it's really cool, but so we had to buy tickets to get in, which I think was like $50 or $60 or something. So yeah, so I just went from thinking we're going to go on this nice little tour, and now I just threw down like $120 to get us some tickets to get in. So I was already in not the best mood. We were running not late, but we were cutting it close. And so now we were losing time messing with all this. So we finally get in, and the travel fail continues.
Really continues.
Yeah. So we finally get in. We're not quite sure where to go for the tour. Like I said, we hadn't done any research at all. And so we're trying to figure out where the bus stuff is. And it was kind of like you walk in, it's kind of in the back left or back right area of the place. And we get there, and there's not just one bus. There's like multiple buses and multiple lines. And there was quite a few people there. So we hop in a line, and
we got on a bus.
We got on a bus.
And it was the wrong bus.
It was the wrong bus. So we're sitting there and we're looking at our stuff, and they're kind of going over what we're gonna be doing on the tour, and we were looking at each other. I'm like, I don't think this is the right bus.
Yeah, and as we're looking at it, we're like, wait, that's not our stop. That's not what is on our paper. What is this? What is this bus?
And so luckily, we got off the bus. The buses hadn't left yet. We were able to get onto the other bus. I don't know if they believed us at first.
We also were the reason that bus hadn't left yet because traveling with cats.
There's Mr. Presley.
So we actually held up the other bus, and we had like the bad seats right in the super front because we were late and everybody was giving us dirty looks. And
so everything was going wrong at this point. At the very end, in about a few seconds here, we're going to show you some pictures of how it's really cool. The tour is super cool. Our last little kind of travel fail, I don't know, well, whatever.
I didn't get to touch any buttons in the Space Center.
No, you did not get to touch any buttons. So at the very end of this tour, they stop you off like a little museum area, and by this time it was already like 1 or 2 o'clock, and we were kind of done, and so they want you to kind of stay there and look around and catch when another bus comes, but we kind of just snuck out and hopped on the bus that was getting ready to leave, and that kind of ended our day.
It kind of kept us out of the gift shop too, because that's what put you through that little museum.
True.
To the gift
so
shop,
let's we're gonna show you a few pictures of the actual tour. Like I said, it is awesome. The place, the Kennedy Space Center visitor complex. Yeah,
it's cool.
It is really
awesome.
nice.
Like you did get to see the buildings.
Yes,
you
can
cool.
spend the whole day there and have a really good time. So let's take a look at some of these pictures before we wrap all this up. So this is right at the entrance of the Kennedy Space Center visitor complex. I think this was at the end because we.
Oh, I think this was right when we got there. I don't know. That whole day was such a blur.
This is the entrance. This was my first clue that this wasn't a downtrodden place anymore. So
this was my first clue. I wasn't touching computers.
This is also right when you walk in. So how cool is it? I mean, it's really a cool place.
It is. That's what gives it kind of that almost amusement park theme. It's just got so much neat stuff for you to look at.
This is part of the tour, so they take you by all the launch pads where they're launching things, and so there's SpaceX, which was really cool to see. And this is, I think, also part of...
That is part of SpaceX.
Yeah.
As well,
So, and like I said, they take you see 4 or 5 different launch areas, and it was really neat. Real neat.
Oh, yeah. It was just cool to see how it all works out. And then this building, which is...
This is at the end of the tour, and this is where I think they do their final stages of
the building, of the space shuttle.
It is huge.
Yeah, it is.
This picture doesn't do it much justice. And this was one of the things they had outside of, on the last part of the tour there. Pretty cool rocket.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was awesome. So overall, we really do highly suggest taking a day to go there.
Yeah, and exploring it.
Yeah, if you have kids, they'll love it. Even if you're adults, you're gonna love it. So just kind of know going in, it's pretty much a full day type activity, especially if you do the tour of the bus tour, which I do recommend doing.
Oh yeah, we got to see so much more than we would have if we didn't do the bus tour.
So hopefully you enjoyed our travel fail. Hopefully we don't ever make another episode like this again.
We will.
You never know. So thank you for watching. We got obviously more travel stuff coming, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments there below. Appreciate any likes and subscribes, and
Bye.
Bye guys.